Hi! So today I am gonna showcase my account. I am gonna show my progression in playing the game for the last 5 weeks. I'm gonna show my build, my stats, my skills, and my gears. So without further ado, let's start with my progression. So having played the game for 5 weeks, I have 4 pieces of gear that are at plus 12, which I think is very good. You know, as a free to play, I think that's very good. My shadow gear, I'm still missing a few pieces to activate the effect, but I still haven't done my run this week. So it's week 5 right now for the game. I haven't done the weekly run for this. Hopefully I get a shield and a shoes so I can have the set. That's my shadow gear. For my room progression, I'm still where's that? I'm still trying to get a double fire of this skill, single target, so I can change the one I'm using. But for the resonance, I am prioritizing red and blue actually, because of the, I think for DPS it's important to get this reduce healing and attribute, all elemental attribute boost. Okay, what else for progression? Relics, I just have something from every spot. It's not really like very good, but just having an item for each slot is okay right now. I'll try to get more, or if I'm lucky I'll be able to get more, because it's pretty hard to get to like the 3rd floor of the event, because if you're a solo, if you're only the if you're the only one who got into 3rd floor and your other party members didn't get through, you're basically 1v5ing right there. So it's pretty much RNG, but I think this is very good for now, having all the slots filled. Yeah, so what else for progression? I think that's ultimate skill. I still don't have ultimate skill. I have not been lucky enough to get the drop, so there's that. I'm still working on that. Now for my build. Okay, let's go to my build. So in first glance, you might think that, you know, I am an auto attack dual dagger assassin, but I am actually a hybrid dual dagger assassin, which means that I am a poison main. Now why do you need to be hybrid if you are a poison main? It's because poison is really sucky on PvE. If you look at the chart here, right? Although it has positive damage on all the elementals, right? But it's only giving you additional 75, versus if you use converter on a neutral skill or attack, you will get 75%, right? That is huge. That's almost like double your damage, right? The other thing is poison also has the most negative damage on the elemental charts. Poison as the most, it has 4, while all the others only have 3 negative damage. Right? So I think if you are going to play poison, you need to be a hybrid, you know? But well, that's just my opinion. You can go ahead and play poison in PvE, but in my opinion, you'll just be, dead weight. You're practically asking for a carry on PvE dungeons and raids. So there's that. But do what you want. It's your game, right? So for my gear, so basically this is my PvE gear. I have see I'm using auto attack on PvE and poison on PvP, which is basically only 10% of the time I'm using poison, but that's okay. I like poison. It's like very menacing because it's very niche. The class is very niche, so other classes or like other players doesn't really uh, prefer prefer prepare for your class or your skills. You know, they'd rather be you know building for the long range hunters or like gunslingers or like have magic defense for like the wizards and the druids. So there's that. And what am I saying? My skill, my build, my weapon skill is this. This is actually from pre level 70 in the forge, because after level 70 you'll get new ones because you advance from normal second job to advanced second job skill, transcendent skills, right? So basically the set here in forge, the skills here are different from 70 onwards, and let's say 55, and see, it's different. So I got that here before level 70, which is, look at this, it's still on set to Venom, but I got rapid stab instead, which is okay. I do not mind because, like I said, I'm hybrid. So I'm still using that, and for my other like accessories. So if you look at here, I'm still looking for my poison trait, my poison skills for my accessories, and while going for that, I got these two right here, which is what I'm using right now for PvE, which is very good because I have 3 orange skills in PvE, which is 90% of the game basically. So that's very good for me. So my stats. Okay, my stats for the build for PvE first, I'm talking about the dual dagger first, is this one. So IG for attack speed, strength for damage, and dex is because normal attack, auto attack can miss. If your target has high flee rate, your attacks can miss. It's not like critical where it's like true strike. It ignores flee and defense. So you need a bit of dex if you wanna go dual dagger attack dual dagger auto attack, right? So that's that. So I'm planning to like just go strength from here on till 99. Okay. So for the skills, so I've tested the combinations of since being transcendence, I've tested rotations, and this 3 is the most damage I got, right? So in the what you call this, in the build, it's going to recommend you to go right dark moment, but in PvE it's not that good because it has a fixed element shadow, right? You cannot use converter, while rolling cutter doesn't have, it's neutral, it doesn't have elements, so you can influence it with a weapon converter or elemental converter, so you can deal more damage to certain mobs by using the right element, right? So that's the highest DPS from my test, okay? But if the other guys or like the other players has a different opinion, that's also okay. Okay? Now moving on, I'm gonna change to like my poison build, basically my large scale PvP build is this. So for my accessory, I'm gonna rapid venom, and where's the other one? Deadly venom. Okay. So in my poison build, I'm still using the royal knife. I got on the royal box, level 55 box, and I have the yellow poison skill already. So there's that, and I'm still looking for yellow poison. I mean, orange grade poison accessory skills, right? Still using this too. Oh, I don't know if I've mentioned already, but my setup, my accessory setup is broken accessory, meaning you can go for the set effect, right? So Cold Heart is partnered with Rogue's Treasure, or Nile Rose is partnered with Brandium Brooch. Now why did I go for a broken set? Because I'm only looking at the base stats of the item, right? So Cold Heart gives ignore P-Def strength, which is super nice for both my builds since I'm a hybrid. Super nice strength, ignore def. It's good for poison and auto attack. And this one, so it has lower attack. This one, I think, since it has M attack, it's for Soul Destroyer, right? But what I'm after is this actually, the all attribute damage. Same with the red resonance in Rune Engine. Since I'm poison, so I need to further build up poison damage, right? But that's just me. You can copy me or you can go for the set. It's up to you, right? But basically this is my setup for gears on my PvP or like my poison build. Okay, now for the stats. Poison. So for the stats, I'm just put everything on strength for more damage. You don't really need agi because you know the venom knife has fixed cooldown, and you know, it doesn't really scale on attack speed, so you can go away with just one agi. You can put more decks if you want to do more damage on your venom knife, but if not, you can just go fit and just be tanky, because in large scale especially, there's a lot of, like, you know, skills that's gonna be thrown at you, so you need to be able to tank to get, you know, the poison in the hits, so the poison can spread on the enemy. Okay, but you know, if you have like my weapon skill from what level is that? From pre 70 skill. If you have venom and like you already have built a venom knife build, which is like the poison laceration and the 3 knives thrown, then you can go for dex for more damage on venom knife. Now for the skills. Okay, poison skills. So basically, here's how it is. You're gonna buff with enchant poison, which buffs venom knife's multiplier by 400%, which is really huge. That's why you can still go for venom knife build on transcendence. You don't need to like go for the newer skills. You can still use your old one if you have that. Now this one is the new one, which further enhances the poison damage, right? And it has like it's like a ticking bomb. Same with like venom infection, but this one is also scaling with because the normal poison and the deadly poison are different, and the explosion that's gonna deal damage here is from the deadly poison effect, not the normal poison. Okay, so basically these two in the auto, if you put in auto, these two is your buffs, your self buffs. You use them, and then you're gonna use venom knife to poison your main target. You're gonna use infection, so this one you can only cast this. You can only cast this when the target is already poisoned. After that, you're gonna spread it with viral spread. This is one it's not like the typical AoE where you just use it on a certain area. It depends on your target whether he or she will go back to like their allies, and that's the time where it will get spread through like because it ticks, right? Every time it ticks, it's gonna spread. Okay, now what else? I think that's it for the build stats. I think it's already done also. Yeah, that's my build. So that's my progression, my build, my stats, my skills, my gears. So I'll probably do another one of these videos maybe on the 8th week, 2 months into the game, and see where we get from here to there. If I get more upgrades and how my skills look, I'm just gonna yeah, that's it for me. See you in the next one. Peace.